All right, Fernal Blessings. We are back with another video. All right, before I begin, a couple quick announcements. Actually, a couple extra things today, but let me run through them. First and foremost, if you're interested in a spiritual reading or a spiritual consultation, I offer various different types of spiritual readings. I offer clepothic demonic readings, Santa Muerte readings, Egyptian oracle readings, shadow work readings, which is a great place to start. Always, shadow work is just something that's ongoing, that's continual, that you will always be doing to help uncover the shadow and the hidden self. It's always a great place to see what's going on in that inner depth of your subconscious mind, to kind of see, what you got going on up there. It's also a great reading to do to point you in the right direction about what kind of ritual work you should be doing right now at this moment in your life. And as I've said many times before, and will continue to say, ritual work should be designed first and foremost based on your needs first before your wants. Real simple. Once the needs are addressed and taken care of, your wants are going to manifest. Trust me when I tell you. Follow the formula, it works. Maybe you're interested in a spiritual consultation. A spiritual consultation, just to be clear, it's not a reading. It's just what it is, a consultation. Most people use it for a one-on-one question and answer session with me for an hour straight. They'll come with a list of questions. Maybe you just got a bunch of questions, things you need answered. People use it for that. Some people use it to focus on a specific thing on the path. Or maybe you got a specific issue or a problem that you're struggling with, and sometimes people use a consultation for that. If you're interested in any of the aforementioned, shoot me an email, khnum19@gmail.com. That's khnum19@gmail.com. Okay? So if you're interested in that reading or a consultation, hit me up. Please include a full weekly availability, that you're available throughout the week, and the time zone you're in. That saves time, the back and forth email. If you want to sign up for classes, and speaking of classes, first, the way to sign up for the classes is go to the official Primordial Chaos Patreon page located at patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti. That's patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti. Tier 3 is the tier you want to join. That's going to give you access to all of the private classes. I do 3 a month on Patreon in addition to a group ritual. Joining Tier 3 gives you access to that. I have a bunch of ongoing series of classes. You can go to my Patreon page and check out the collection section. You will see the current ongoing classes: shadow work class, clepothic sorcery and magic class, Luciferian magic, shadow work class, Kundalini meditation awakening class, esoterical occult Bible study class, ancient Egyptian vampire class, and more. Constant classes are being added all the time. When you join, you become a member, you get a private Zoom link for an invite to all of the classes. You can attend live. That gives you the ability to interact with me and ask me questions, and you can interact with others in the room. Don't worry if you can't make it live. Everything is recorded and archived. So you can take the classes on your own time. And when you join, you don't just get access from the day forward. You join, moving forward, you get access to everything in the archive, which is 4+ years worth of content. And you also get access to all that class work and that group ritual work that we do in the classes. Trust me when I tell you, nobody is offering the amount of content, the level of classes, and the amount of information that I am offering for the price that I offer it for. And I say that with confidence, not arrogance. Check it out for yourself. It speaks for itself. That's patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti. Speaking of the Patreon, I have uploaded all the May new content. For those of you who are doing the Ozili Dantor working, the yearly working, we are in working number 5, month 5, May. That new working posted late last night. So if you didn't see it and you're continuing your journey and working with the great warrior goddess, the great protector, Ozili Dantor, we have that working up. You're working for May. So go on to the Patreon. If you're a Patreon member, access that working now and continue your yearly working with Ozili Dantor. Some of you guys are giving me great, tremendous feedback. You're getting back to me telling me all of your experiences and the things that have transpired in the last 5 months. That's up. This month's classes, we have Telepathic Sorcery and Magic class. I think it's number 9 this month. We're doing Shadow Work class number 20 or 21, I can't remember. We will also be doing African Witchcraft and Sorcery class number 9 this month. Gonna try to get Brother Tata to join me in doing that class. He always adds great insight to the class. And then our group ritual for this month. Something that came to me in my work that I'm going to share with you and that we're going to experience together. The vortex to the gates of the throne of Lucifer is the best way I can describe it. That will be the working at the end of the month. All that new content is posted on the Patreon page. You need to become a Patreon member to have access to it. That's the way I do my classes. That's the way to sign up. That's the way to get involved. If you really want to take your occult path to self-mastery to that next level, check it out, patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti tier 3. Also, don't forget to check out our social media pages. Primordial Chaos 9 on Instagram, all one word. Excuse me. Primordial Chaos, 2 words on Facebook. I upload all this new content to the Facebook page. PrimordialChaos3.com on TikTok. That's the best way to keep up with all the classes, updates, latest happenings. Check it out. Mark your calendars, October 2024, 3rd or 4th week in October. We'll be having the 7th annual Journey of the Black Adept Conference here in Hollywood, Florida. Looking forward to seeing all you and some new people out there this year. More to come on that as we're getting closer and closer. Believe it or not, half of the year is almost gone. Doesn't seem like it, but it is. It'll be Christmas before you know it, my favorite time of the year. So we have all that coming up. Also, last but not least, check out the Primordial Chaos podcast. Available on Spotify and all major podcast platforms. The direct link to the podcast, my contact email address, the direct link to the social media pages, the direct link to the Primordial Chaos Patreon page to sign up for classes and participate in all the classes and the latest things I got going on is all in the description box of this video that you are watching right now. Also, as the recording of the date of this video, May 2nd, I will be going live this Friday evening. I haven't done a live in a little bit because I've been busy out on the road traveling. So I will be posting something shortly after this. I'm getting on YouTube live and doing a live show on Friday evening, which is, as you know, one of my longer shows. All right. So what I want to focus on in this video, not going to be too long with it. Lot of crazy shit going on, distractions. You see it in the news. It's all part of the plan. Don't get sucked into it. Stay focused on your work. Are you? Title of this video is simple. Are you destroying your magic and you don't even know it? Are you destroying your magic and you're not aware of it? And what do I mean by that? A lot of people, for whatever reason, the last couple of weeks have been reaching out to me about being more focused and locked in on their ritual work because they just feel like there's some type of distraction there. They feel like they can't identify it. I'm going to tell you what it is because several of you have reached out to me in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, almost describing the same exact identical thing. And I'm going to simply explain to all of you so I don't have to reply to each and every one. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is, not complicated. When you always describe this feeling, I don't know what it is. I plan my stuff out. I feel like I'm locked and loaded, ready to go. I get in, and all of a sudden I just get distracted. Can't focus. Don't forget what I told you guys at the end of the year. There will be a concentrated effort moving forward to send out low vibrational frequencies to distract you, to make you feel mentally confounded and confused, okay? To make you not feel physically well, to make you feel not like yourself, to feel imbalanced, out of whack, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. It's all part of the plan to control you. You're also going to start feeling like sometimes you don't know what you want to eat. And just the thought of certain things makes you feel like you can almost taste it and then feel disgusted, like you don't want nothing to do with it. Don't negate what I told you guys at the end of the year. The war is on. I'm going to talk a little more about this on Friday night, but the war is in full mode, full beast mode, if you want to say, to really start controlling every facet of how we think, feel, talk, decisions we make. And then you have all the shit going on in the news. Look at how this Israeli-Palestinian protest thing is taken over center stage. It is now spread all across college campuses, and there's a reason for it. It's a fucking distraction because they're getting ready to do bigger and better things. I told you guys before over the years, going back to the 90s, whether it's Y2K or any other sensational event, COVID, and it's escalated from COVID moving forward, they always put some heavy distraction. You got the Trump trial, they keep jamming down your throat. They keep putting this man out there, putting him on blast. They've been doing this shit since he's been out of office as a distraction. Elections getting close. The protest thing, they jamming down your throat. It's everywhere. All due to the fact to hide a bigger agendas so the powers that be can move behind the scenes and make moves to stay in control, to gain more power, because with control comes more power. And I've made this simply clear. When you're feeling like that, go back to the basics. Do certain like chakra meditations, grounding and cleansing techniques, breathing techniques, science of breath. So sometimes we negate the foundational techniques, we ignore them, because sometimes we need those things to recharge us, get our minds right, get our spirit and body right, so now we can go into the work focus. You're gonna have to do these things to stay sharp and stay on point, because it's gonna get worse. Okay? It's gonna get worse. The distractions are gonna get stronger. And couple that with everybody's dealing with different levels of shit in their everyday life. Okay? They know how to go to work on you mentally and emotionally. Everybody's dealing with different levels of stress and anxiety. Everybody's situation is different. Personal situation, financial situation, family, marriage, or relationship situation, sibling mother to daughters, father to son relationships, etc. All of this plays a part. They know if they can create what we call in alchemy high levels of calcification to keep you so fucking stressed out, aggravated and annoyed, it's going to close that pineal that receives those spiritual messages, that receives that vibrational frequency and energy, so you can be receptive and your psyche can be open to those different levels of light, which is really consciousness or intellect. I told you, this is high-tech warfare, people. Right? Don't get distracted by the shit you see on the surface, because they're using techniques and methods that are on some next level shit. Okay? Literally on some next level shit. Okay? As I've said, I used to go back years ago and say, when you talk about mental and physical slavery, though what we have labeled being physically in bondage, technically to a degree, appears on the surface to be over, and I say technically to a degree, mental slavery is strong, alive, and well. So the focus for years now has been, if I can mentally enslave a large group of people, automatically I've got them physically. So it's always for years now been a different mode of attack. So when I'm talking about mental indoctrination, that's a form of mental slavery. When you're indoctrinated with something, or when somebody has a specific doctrine or agenda that they're trying to program you with to get you to act, behave, and react in a certain way, that's a form of slavery. Okay? Don't get the shit twisted. I don't care how long you've been on the path. I don't care how long or you've been around or how much you think you know. That is irrelevant in the greater scheme of things. Because I've seen people who've been on this path for years fall off, thinking that they weren't susceptible to falling into traps and illusions and fuckery. Don't think you're beyond it. I don't care as much as experience and as many years as I've been on this path, I don't take shit for granted. I don't ever wake up thinking I'm beyond making a mistake. slipping, because sometimes the weak part of your ego can get the best of you when you're not paying attention. Okay? One of the things, real quick, I'll connect, and again, it's not going to be too long a video. That it's funny because every time, sometimes I get on here in the beginning of the month, when the Unknowingly Dantor working shifts to the new month, it's always like she sends a message in the beginning of the month, and she sends a message right now, because in this month we're focusing on gratitude and abundance. Now that's going to be perceived in various different ways for different people that are doing the working. But I'm going to say something that she's communicating now that really applies as a whole, that's basic common sense. Okay? Let's talk real quick about gratitude. Right? Not gratitude in a form of worship. Be grateful and have gratitude again for the things you do have, and not complain, whine, bitch, and moan about the things you don't have. Sometimes we take for granted the little things in life that we don't recognize or appreciate, unfortunately, until they're gone. What am I talking about? Be grateful if you have your vision that you can get up and see every day. Some people don't. Be glad you can hear. Be glad if you have the ability to walk and talk, and you have full capacity of all your bodily movements. Because unfortunately, there are some people who don't. There are some people who have diseases, ailments, and illnesses where the everyday grateful things that or the things we need to be grateful for in life, they don't have. They don't have their vision, their hearing, or their health as a whole. So the next time you're bitching and moaning and complaining about, I don't have the car I want to drive, or I wish I had this piece of jewelry, it would make me so happy, you whiny, moaning bitch. Okay? Be grateful you got a meal on your table, a roof over your head. Yeah, maybe it's not exactly what you want. Well, work better to change your condition in your environment. Right? That's where the abundance factor comes in. For those of you doing the Unknowingly Dantor working, I talked a little bit about this in the working last night, and I'm shedding a little more jewels on it for you. But you need to see how that's going to apply to you for this month. But it made me think when I started the working for May last night, right? I am grateful and have gratitude for all of the things I do have, all the things that have manifested, that the gods, goddesses, demons, and spirits have provided, have put into my life, and that's person, places, and things. I look back on it, and as they say, I'm truly blessed, and I'm grateful for it, but I don't take it for granted. I know just as quick as you obtain it, it's just as quick as it can go. Okay? And that's the reality. And that's how you show true gratitude. By realizing you don't think you're above fucking up, making a mistake, and doing something stupid. So you stay sharp, you stay aware. That's all I'm trying to say. That's real gratitude. The abundance. Abundance is not just financial prosperity. And you should be focusing on an abundance of financial prosperity. But again, I always like to focus first on an abundance of knowledge and wisdom. Because if I have the true knowledge and wisdom, I know all that other shit comes. Okay? So it's important we get our minds right. It's important we're focused on the right things. It's important that we're not distracted and unknowingly destroying the power of our magic. Are you unknowingly destroying the power of your magic? You could be, if a lot of these factors that I'm talking about are happening in your life and you're just not aware of it. I always tell people, when you have issues like this, it's always a thing that's not easy to see on the surface. But trust me when I tell you, it's there. That's what it is. It's just something an individual needs to work on. It's something an individual needs to be aware and ready and prepared to deal with when it comes. Okay? So the answers, believe me when I tell you, they're right there. Don't let nobody fool you. They're there. You just got to see it. Look, I know most of you know we're living in a very different day and time. As I've said before in some recent videos, I know to a certain degree, and that's all part of the plan, that things since the whole pandemic, now endemic, and COVID, wave hitting 2020. It's been a lot of shit that have transpired and changed greatly and immensely in the last 4+ years. Going on 5. I know things for the most part appear to have gotten back to the, to the surface, appear to have gotten back to normal, or to a certain level of normalcy, to a certain degree. But I can tell you, mentally and emotionally and spiritually, things have definitely transformed to a whole different level. And that transformation is good for some, and it's very toxic, negative, bad for others. Okay? So don't be deceived of what you're seeing on the surface. Always look beneath the layer of things so you can see what's really going on in life and the world and around you. And it's going to make you more prepared. That's your job, is to just be aware and prepared of what's going on around you, and keep at work at what you do. Keep at work on your path, your spiritual work. Stay grounded, stay focused, stay locked in. Because as I've also said many times over the year, regardless of what's going on in the world, doesn't dictate or change anything that you should be doing when it comes to your personal path of self-mastery. All right? That's kind of what I wanted to run through quick. I wanted to kind of give you guys the latest updates, happenings, what's going on with the Patreon, upcoming classes for this month, get you guys a little updated. As I say, since mid to late March, through the entire month of April, I was traveling. I've been back and forth to Chicago, to Massachusetts, New England area, Providence. So it's been a lot of traveling the last 6-7 weeks. That's going to calm down now for a bit. Got a few more trips to take in the summer, but they're a little bit spread out. So this was a tough stretch, right? I haven't done this much traveling in a few years. So I'm kind of glad to be a little bit stationary now, back home, and I can get back into the groove of doing what we do here on YouTube, Patreon, and what we do here at the Primordial Chaos family. All right, so we're locked and loaded, back in effect. So again, if you want to reach out to me for a reading or a consultation, you want to sign up for classes, you want to check out the Primordial Chaos podcast, social media pages. Remember, the direct link to the podcast, the direct link to the social media pages, my contact email address, and the direct link to the Primordial Chaos Patreon page to sign up for classes. All of those links are in the description box of this video you're watching right now. I will see you guys Friday night, May 4th. I'll be doing a YouTube live. I want to see all you guys come out and check it out. That's the platform that's free for everybody to come. Obviously, YouTube. I'll see you guys who are on the Patreon page. We got shadow work class this Saturday afternoon, 3 p.m. So I'll see you guys. Get in where you fit in. We'll talk soon. Again, I appreciate all the support. I appreciate you guys supporting all my platforms. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I appreciate your patronage, the Patreon page, and supporting that. Much respect and gratitude. And I'll see you guys soon. Infernal blessings.